So I did a quantum healing session for a friend the other day, and this is a friend of mine who isn't like super woo-woo or anything, right? Like the only thing that she knows about Reiki or quantum healing or sound baths or whatever is what I've told her and what I've shared with her. But she was willing to do a session, and essentially she had a hard time accessing her higher self. We ended up doing a lot of inner child work. But even the inner child work was, I don't know, a bit difficult. It wasn't very easy for her to access that information. A lot of the times when people are having blockages in their sessions and they're not seeing anything, they're waiting, they're giving it time, they're in the void, they're allowing, and they're still not seeing anything. I'll take them to meet their inner child and see what their inner child wants to do. Oftentimes, when we have a hard time accessing that divine energy, our subconscious, our higher self, it's because the part of us that feels responsible for keeping us safe, our inner child, essentially, they're there to allow experiences that they feel comfortable with and to not allow experiences that they don't feel comfortable with. A lot of the times when people are feeling and experiencing these blockages, it's because their inner child doesn't feel safe. It's because some part of my client, some part of them, which is informed by their previous experiences, they just don't feel safe to open up. And so we'll go in to meet the inner child and ask what it is that they want or need, just to see them and to validate them. A lot of the time, people will ask their inner child what they want to do for fun, and they'll go to the park, or they'll go to the beach, they'll go to the fair or the zoo or whatever. And my friend had a hard time even accessing her inner child. There was lots of, I don't know, I guess, blah, blah, blah. And for so many of us, we have a hard time accessing our inner child because we don't remember what it was like to be a child. That joy, the innocence, just like the pure love that is childhood, that is like the basis of humanity. That's how we come into this world. It's buried so far down that we don't even know how to access it. We don't know what we would want to do for an entire day if we just had the day to ourselves and we wanted to do whatever brought us the most love and peace into our hearts. We don't even know. We have no idea. And that type of blockage and that difficulty in accessing, honestly, just pure joy and love, that is, I would say, the number one obstacle that clients experience when they're unable to reach their subconscious or their higher selves. It's been like 2 or 3 sessions ever that I've had someone who truly could absolutely not see anything at all whatsoever. Could not access anything, didn't feel it, didn't see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, nothing. And it's the inner child blockage. That heavy energy, that trauma energy, the unresolved and unintegrated, the unseen energy, it prevents you from accessing that higher dimensional consciousness, because that part of you that doesn't want to be hurt isn't sure that they won't be hurt. The part of you that doesn't enjoy being vulnerable, doesn't like to be vulnerable, they don't trust that they won't be hurt or otherwise compromised during a session, and so they don't allow it. And so all of that to say, if you've ever thought about doing a quantum healing session or looking into past lives or even just getting into meditation, and you feel like you might have blockages or you've already experienced having a hard time accessing this energy, tap into your inner child. What would 5-year-old you want to do? What would 12-year-old you want to do? Do some shadow work, look into inner child healing. It can be really helpful for dealing with those blockages that they're there to protect us, but they also hold us back from having incredible and beautiful experiences. So look into some inner child healing.